Now then, without further ado, let's start the show. And damn it. This is a wonderful intro, guys. It's a wonderful intro.
You should hear mines.
Oh.
You want us all to come down? Bear, you want us all come down at the same time?
Yeah.
Just,
yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Good.
Let us know when.
Starting now. Oh, damn. Hold on, let me lower the music.
Okay.
Let's go.
You guys ready?
Yeah,
When you say starting now, you want us to come down or you're starting the stream?
No, I want y'all to come down like now. Ready? And in 3,
Okay, we're coming.
2, 1.
Yeah. Take my seat back.
Come on! It's me! The one and only!
Hey!
Nick McGee, Kyrou. Let's go, boys. I should have asked first. There we go. Standing on the table. Just there, boys.
All right,
camera good?
no, that's an intro. All right, thanks for joining in, guys. Appreciate it, all the support. Now, for today's topic, we're going to be discussing, well, as the title brings up, VR game.
Yep.
And as we are in VRs, why not?
Why not?
As you should.
Exactly.
Yeah.
During coronavirus, it's better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect.
It depends on the situation.
Facts.
Yeah,
All right. So I guess to start us off here, let's introduce our two new guests. First, I guess we'll go with Kyrou,
Come here.
or otherwise known the Kyrou.
It's
And-
me,
Yep.
your boy, Kyrou. Killing it. Like always with the boy bear. You know, doing my thing.
So,
That's me.
so from what I understand, you're also a streamer.
Yes, I do stream. I'm actually streaming right now. So I do stream. I
Got
stream
double
on
stream.
Double
Twitch and
stream.
stuff like that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
kind of hop on and make little skits with the boys and just play in VR chat. I'm very a variety streamer though, so I kind of stream all types of different games. Recently I've been streaming VR chat lately because I'm addicted to VR. But that's pretty much it. That's me.
Yeah, it's
your
awesome.
boy.
Hell yeah.
And so our second guest here is Meme Lord, or we just call him Mimi for short.
Mimi Lord.
Mimi Lord.
Yeah, I'm Meme Lord. I'm the first in Super
I wasn't
World,
able to get it.
and I'm the champion of 2020 coin flip.
He definitely
He
is.
is. He really
He
is. He
is.
won the 2020 coin flip championship.
He definitely did.
Yeah,
He beat the shit out of me.
That's awesome.
I got destroyed.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that was one of my favorite events to do.
It doesn't seem like it was fun. It
the
was.
it was so crazy.
It was big risks. That's
It really was. I was like, yo, what is happening? Like some people would win like 3 games in a row. Like what? You know, so that was fun. That was a lot of fun. But yeah, Meme's actually one of
OG.
he's been with the community for like a lot. Like he was one of the first to join the Discord. He's actually a super supporter, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, Meme.
Nice.
Yeah, flaunt that, bro. There's only like 3 of you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there really
limited.
is actually.
Limited, guys. So
Limited edition,
Nate
bro.
the Crapper 2 asked, what does he look like? Which I'm guessing he's either talking about Meme or Kyrou. So with Kyrou right now, he's in a smiley emoji avatar, or what is it, crying, laughing emoji
Pretty
avatar.
much. Yep.
Awesome.
Big
And then let's see, Meme is in some type of, I guess you want to call it
Lemon
e-boy
tree.
avatar.
That's a princess. Oh,
with
never
the-
mind.
with
I
the-
thought that was Princess Peach.
with some like flower crown going on right now.
Fucking
Lemon demon.
What's a lemon? Are those lemons?
Those are lemons.
Oh.
They are lemons.
I
Okay.
just realized he has
I
lemons
never
on
knew
his
that.
head.
I've
Oh
never
my
seen
god.
that till now.
How was that always on your head? No
Like,
way.
that's been a thing.
Yeah.
No.
It's been a thing.
Oh my goodness.
I literally
Oh, that's
just
my shit.
realized he's literally got lemons on his head.
Lemons.
That's kind of
How?
cool, actually. Now,
It's cool though, yeah.
It's funny.
It's a
is your
lemon
hands
head.
made of lemon too? He's like a lemony person. That looks like it.
Lemony. So okay, then also Nana was saying the audio is messing up a bit. Well, is the audio fine for you guys, or is it just
The way I'm
I
just
hear
on
it
Nana's
fine.
end?
I'm
I'm
pretty
good,
solid. I
man.
can hear pretty good.
Okay.
I can hear.
If you want, actually, no, actually, I'm streaming Turbo. If anything, you can probably check his thing to see if it's looks sounding good.
Yeah, let me do it right now.
Yeah. So far, I've managed to clear a few things so that the CPU and the Wi-Fi wouldn't crash so
No,
easily.
sounds great.
All right, good. Just wanted to make sure. Always
As
got to
you
check
should.
on that audio, especially for being a
One of the most
podcast.
important things for exactly. I was like, that's one of the most important things.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
facts.
it's very important right there.
No.
So, oh. Hey,
Go
no,
ahead,
great
loser.
minds think alike, you know.
Go ahead, loser.
Wow. See these two new guys get on this podcast and go ahead, loser. Let's see what's going on here.
Fucking simp.
You're welcome. You're welcome for coming on the show, guys. Jeez.
Thank you.
Also, we're supposed to have Blue Satan here, but I think that she something must have happened because I can't get in contact with her. So just bear with us, guys. She might come in late.
Yeah, you gotta bear with
But
us.
right now, you're gonna have to deal with us. The
That's a
Dream
good
Team.
one. No, you missed it. No, fuck whatever you said, Bear. Say it again.
What did you say? What?
Say it again, Bear.
Yeah, you just gotta bear with us.
That was good.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Jeez,
You okay?
you know this Kyrou was barely dying over here.
Oh God.
So okay. So
All right,
Nana
so
was saying that
let's
the
get at the
audio
topic,
is
bro.
sounding better.
Yeah, no,
it was
it's
just
Gucci.
cutting
I
out
checked it.
earlier. I think it's probably just the beginning of the stream. Sometimes the audio does get a bit glitchy. I did notice that in the last podcast.
It's too much epicness.
Yeah, it's
too
too
many
too
epic
epic.
people in one room.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's too much. It's too much to handle.
Turbo, really.
So as far as
Me?
going into like the VR,
I do that too.
so
I
since
do
I
that
know
too.
we asked this before with the other guests, so I guess we'll do it again with our new guest. So let's start with Kyrou. So how long have you been in getting into the VR tech?
Fuck. It feels like forever now, even though it hasn't been that long at all. I always been into VR for a very long time since I say 19 years old, and I'm 22 now.
Oh, nice.
But I never had it. I always wanted it. I watched a lot of streamers and a lot of people on YouTube play with it and have fun with it, but I never want to put the money down to get one until I ran into Streamcation, and then I seen everybody in VR. I'm just like, no, I have to get this, and I pretty much got one, and that's how it all started, from where all the VR stuff came through.
Nice.
But yeah. But
So what kind of headset are you using currently right now?
So surprisingly, I'm actually using the Quest 2 right now, and it surprisingly works really well when you have I have it wirelessly set up right now, but usually it's the same way how you do with Oculus Link, and I stream with it. Like I said, I stream with it. I fucking play games on it, and it runs super fucking smooth. And like I said, just the wireless aspect of it is like really, really nice. Surprisingly, sadly, I can't do full body stuff yet, but I'll probably just get it sooner or later and index way far in the line when I plan to, if anything. So
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And Quest 2 is amazing. I am also using the Quest 2 currently,
Yeah.
but with the link cable.
Oh.
So now going on to Meme. So how long have you been getting into the VR tech?
Actually, for a while now, I started with the PS4 headset.
Oh, nice.
This guy fancy over here.
Fancy bitch.
Fancy man.
No wonder
You
he's
know-
cute. Continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Actually, one of my first games was Skyrim. I think so.
Skyrim VR. Hell yeah.
I couldn't really play it because the controllers I had kept dying every 5 minutes, so I couldn't really use it as much. But I got into it, and I discovered Vrchat like about two years ago. I think 2 years ago, and like just like a year ago, I just got Quest.
Nice.
Yeah,
Meme,
Quest.
I have a question for me. How long before we met were you on VR chat?
Not long, actually.
Okay, so we started around the same time then, pretty much, right?
I think I know it was around July. It was July 29th.
That's when you started playing VR chat, like actually started playing.
I didn't start playing around July 29th, but July 29th, that's when I met.
No, I mean, when did you actually start playing VR chat itself? Not when with us, not with the community, like just in general. You like booted it up, you installed it.
Around June.
June. Okay,
Oh,
so you're all right. Like a
July.
month. What about you, Kyra?
Oh man, I've been playing VRChat even without the headset since like last year. Like I say to about the ending of 2019, but I just
Gotcha.
got the headset recently.
Yeah, gotcha. That's interesting. Because I feel like, I feel like I missed VR chat. Not it's obviously it's come back. Actually, they had VR chat had the most concurrent users ever
Yeah,
at the end of the year back in December. But I missed the whole Ugandan knuckle phase. I feel like that was like
Oh,
that was
missed
a
that as
big,
well.
and I missed it, unfortunately. I missed that phase, because I feel like, I think this is true for most people. When you hear VR chat, you automatically think it only works for VR. Like if you don't have a VR headset, you can't
Nope.
play. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I never knew until I got my VR headset that there was PC players. I didn't know. I wish I did. I would have joined a long time ago. I was like, oh, I always want to play. Kind of like
Yeah.
Kyrou said, like, I've been into VR for a while. I just like, do I really want to dish this out? Do I really want to dish this much money out?
expensive.
So, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's expensive. And I mean, it's getting more with time. It's getting more affordable, but it's still expensive. It's more affordable now, but it's still goddamn expensive.
It's still the
Yeah,
same
it
price
is.
as a console right now, literally.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Really.
I know especially with the Quest and the Quest 2, they're pretty much their own console compared to like other
technically.
VR headsets. Also, another thing that Nate, the Crapper 2, noted in the chat was how the No Square is still alive.
Yeah, that's another thing.
And
I watched the
Toothbrushes
shit
are
out
still
of
alive.
Juicy.
Like
Juicy's my boy.
So like just recently too, and I'll mention this. Like I was in a round of Murder 2, and there was a whole group of toothbrush avatars. And
Oh,
and then they
God.
had a Bigfoot version of it too, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, those never die.
Yeah, have a love-hate relationship with them because I love them because when it goes back to the YouTubers that made those videos, because I'm obsessed with all of them and stuff like that. They have like a new thing called The Boys now too, where they all get together and do shit. But I just love their content, period. But yeah, the fucking toothbrush, they pushed it out way too much. Now I see too much of that shit.
Oh
They're
my gosh.
everywhere.
Yeah.
So
I feel like those are worse than Ugandan knuckles, in my opinion.
You gotta go so you can know no matter what you love, though. That's the thing.
yeah,
Like,
and
you
then
see Uganda knows, I'm like, oh shit, Uganda.
Yeah, those are cool. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Ugandan knuckles.
Yeah.
When you
Right.
see a toothbrush, it's just like, God damn.
like yeah,
Oh,
God,
man.
and
Most of the time, it's a kid. It's just a little kid,
Yeah.
with the brush.
Exactly.
Like,
Or me.
Like 90% of the time.
like you. And the thing too is that how with the toothbrush they've kind of modified it, like with the whole Kermit avatar, and I think they did it with the
Different
styles.
versions of it.
Yeah.
multiple different versions. Same with the knuckles, but a little bit more cursed.
To
And
be
then-
honest, though, go ahead.
no, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm surprised how much creativity goes to making all these million different types of toothbrushes. Like, legit,
No,
like,
facts. Put
legit,
effort in.
they put a lot of effort in them freaking things. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah,
surprising.
definitely. It's I do like some of the more creative ones that come out. I mean, of course, you see the generic ones all
Yeah.
over the place, but then when you see one that's a little bit different, it's like, you know what, that one's actually not too bad. As far as the whole part of them putting a whole lot of creativity into it, but then after that, it just gets tiring.
Yeah.
But then
With
hilarious
anything,
when
though.
you finally see one
Yeah.
after so long.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the whole thing in it, I like kind of like what Kyra said. Yeah, it started as like a viral video and it was funny, but I mean, I don't know. I just don't see like, yeah, let me get in a brush.
Let me get in a brush avatar.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you don't just jump into that.
Yeah, like, I don't know. You have to be like a certain type of person for that. I don't know.
You know
Maybe
what?
it's just
I
me.
think what would make me get into it is if I decided to create one with like a Monokuma style one, but like armored and everything. And make it actually look cool instead of cringy, you know.
Yeah.
I guess
Just not
that's a good
brushed.
word. That's the good word for it. That's a cringy avatar. It really is.
Yeah.
Because if you're a kid, it's like, dang, like he doesn't know any better. But if you're a grown adult and you get in a brush, it's like, bruh, Like, bruh, what are you doing?
Wow.
You know?
So
I don't
Nate,
know.
Nate the Crapper
It's like
Tooth
cringe.
asks, "What about the universe brush?"
No.
No, it's still a
No.
brush.
It's still a
It's the same
brush.
shit.
You know,
It's all the same shit.
It's a better version of the crappier version, but it's still the brush.
It's
Like,
still
But
a
you know
brush.
what? No, I have nothing against it. You know, if you want to rock a brush, whatever, rock a brush,
Right.
man.
Rock-
That's what
rock a
VR
brush.
chat's about. You be what you want to be.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, you know, I like when I see a brush, I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. You know, it's just not me.
Like the vines. I'm not ain't
you
gonna
know.
do it.
Makes sense.
I ain't gonna do it.
gonna do it.
I don't do it. No.
Now,
not
what
here.
about now let's Bear, what about you? When did you start playing VR chat? Not like when you met the community, like when you actually downloaded VR chat and like did you start on desktop? Were you always PC or you were always VR? What's up?
So with me, I actually started with desktop, and I started pretty much on. I actually started on a laptop. Funny thing, as a HP Pavilion, just a basic.
There you go.
Just a basic
Oof.
Note version, but surprisingly can handle games well, including Gary's mod. But
Nice.
so I started out, I think last year. I think it was around the time the beginning of COVID. So like I think in March or May, and started it off. Pretty much my expectations of it were just getting into avatar making. That was actually my only goal for it, was just creating avatars, and that was it.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, like I didn't start VR until like about a month or two ago. So I mean,
Really?
yeah, like
Interesting.
I didn't. I mean, I wasn't originally planning on getting into VR either.
What got you into VR then? If you didn't originally plan to get into it, like what?
Like
started the
slowly
flame?
over time, when I was making avatars, I started making ones that would have items or prompts, and so I would have to rely on others who had VR to test out my avatars. And so I had a
Gotcha.
few friends that would be guinea pigs for it, and shout out to them as well.
That's
But
awesome.
but eventually, over time, I was thinking, you know what? It would be cool if I can actually see, like, kind of the hands of the avatars I've been making, and kind of see like what it's like in the experience of what others are seeing in VR chat, and that's what I wanted to get
So
into.
avatar creating, right?
Mhm,
Avatar
100%.
creating literally pushed you to get VR because you wanted to test your own creation's limits, essentially.
Makes sense.
Pretty much.
That's pretty crazy. That's pretty cool. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that's like one of the first times I've heard of someone
100% legit.
actual avatar creator is like, all right, actually no, second time. Sorry, second time. Because Kadeko, we know Kadeko. He's a world maker, by the way. Shout out to Kadeko. He's one of the first ones we met. And now he's like super big now. You know, I barely see him, but yeah, he started as a desktop user, world maker that also made avatars, and then eventually, I think by making commissions, he was able to buy a Quest 2. So
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Like, I think it's very cool that see people like they will spend money to be able to really see their craft. You know.
Right. Also, real quick before we continue on, if because I just looked in Discord, Kosu, I don't want to be rude or anything, but since I made the channel only for 5 people, and since we are still waiting for Blue, I just want to keep that spot open.
True. Sorry, Kosu.
So if you want, if you want to see us continue like hearing us, we have it
stream.
on the stream. Yeah. Kyrou is streaming it. I'm also streaming it,
Yeah.
and I believe Turbo has it on his stream as well, and it's also being recorded too.
Yeah, it's pretty much
I'm gonna be honest, I'm sore.
I
I'm
am
sore
too.
today,
I
man.
did more push-ups earlier too when I went to a random world.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I saw that you were doing workouts. Yeah, I'm sore. But yeah, it's pretty cool to see that you know there's different reasons for VR. You know, like there's people. I mean, this is just VR chat. I didn't, to be honest, I didn't get VR because of VR chat. I got on VR chat because it was like, hey, try out this game. You know, I actually ended up getting VR because I always wanted to play like gun games like Pavlov, and you know, I used to play. I played I think I forgot I don't even remember their game. It was a scary game on a it was a FPS on a computer, but I put on like my phone into this headset, USB, did all this stuff. It tracks your head movement. It was really cool. I mean, you still use the mouse and keyboard.
Oh, nice.
And I always wanted to try VR, and essentially that's where I got I bought the VR thing. I bought it for Half-Life Alyx. I was like, I really want to try this game. And then I ended up trying out Vrchat just because I'm like, I don't have any other VR games. What's free,
Yeah.
And I actually had like a good time. I'll never forget my first avatar. It was a dude with a trash head bin. His head was a trash head. It was a trash head bin head guy with a suit on. But yeah, it's cool. Like, I wish everybody could like go to, I don't know. I wish I tell people to go to Best Buy and just go like try VR and see how awesome it is, because I feel like it's
something else.
It is
really
something else.
And when you put it on, just proportion wise, when you first put the headset on, everything just looks different. Like it's there. Like the things are bigger. You can see it like up close. You can zoom in. Like it's something else, man. It really opens your eyes on things in the future. Really, to be honest.
And another thing too, I didn't even know that Best Buy had that around where you can actually just put on a VR headset.
Yeah, they took it away now because of COVID.
Right.
But beforehand, I remember they had the Quest, and they also had the Oculus Galaxy. The Galaxy.
The Go.
The one that you can put your phone in.
You're like,
the Galaxy
yeah,
one. That was trash.
That too.
That one's not that good. Though.
It's not. It's
well,
not
I mean,
good.
you're putting a phone in there,
it's
so
a good just to try out. It was so crazy. And I really try to get people to try VR. And I will say this though, I mean, VR is not for everybody.
Yep.
Right.
It's not.
And then talking about, of course, being that it's not for everybody. Like, what do you think would be the main part that would kind of throw someone off from VR?
I think the physical limitation is the number one thing that may get someone off of VR. Besides money, because no matter what, I mean, you can work your way to get VR. You might win a VR in a giveaway or something. But I think most people, I mean, I know I would be kind of like, God damn it, if I spent money on a VR system just to find out my body can't handle it.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm throwing it out there, and here's another thing. If you are starting VR, give yourself 3 days. 3 days of back-to-back use. Use it. If you use it the first day for 1 hour, second day for 2 hours, third day for 3 hours, I guarantee on the fourth day you'll start feeling a lot better. You'll actually get used to it.
Yeah.
Then again, you get motion sickness time.
Some people get motion sickness. Some people don't. I still get it. I play. Look, when I play Pavlov, and
he doesn't.
Trouble in Terrorist Town. My spectator cam is shaky. It goes like this. It's like shaking the whole time, and it goes up and down. Like I have no control over it. It messes me up. I'm like, after 3 hours, I'm like, oh guys, I can't play anymore. I mean, it just literally, there's nothing you could really do about that. But it's still worth trying. It is. It's so worth trying. Even like I said, give yourself 3 days. And after that, I feel like it's like, yay.
And also, one thing I will say, like, just to have an example, my brother's been wanting to get into VR for so long, very, very long, just as long as me, and he got a Quest recently. And recently, he's been trying to play it, and he did the 3 day mark, bam, 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 but he still gets head sicknesses and stuff like that. And sometimes it just happens. It could be just the headset you have, or something maybe just wrong with it itself. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. But,
it's just a lot of variables that add to it.
Cool.
And then, but the nice thing too is that you got the whole adjustment for your eye position and all that, which can at least in my opinion, can also play in a role with the whole motion sickness part of it.
Well, some headsets don't have it. Like the Rift S doesn't have.
Really?
The pupillary distance thing. DP. Yeah, it doesn't have it. It's just fixed.
Yeah.
On a Rift S.
The Quest 2 has it, surprisingly.
Yeah, I have it too on the Index. When I tried it on the HTC Vive, the original, it had the most, it was the most adjustable headset I've ever put on, so it was comfortable, and it was so big I could wear my comfortable glasses in it.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. If you haven't gone to the eye doctor, and you think you have good vision, and you put on VR headset,
that would tell.
It will give you a headache. I for the longest time I thought I didn't have to wear glasses or contacts with my headset. So I would wear without it. I'm like, what's going on? And it would get blurry sometimes it wouldn't. and I get a headache. You have to wear glasses. Like you have to have good
Yeah,
eyes.
I know some
for
people
the
do
VR
have
headset
to do that.
Yeah, and some people don't know that. I do have a friend. I wish he was watching. But I do have a friend that like literally like he was like, yeah, I went to the eye doctor and apparently like I'm like half blind and I didn't know.
Oh damn.
And he drives. Yeah, he did. He's just so used to it, you know. Like
Yeah.
he didn't know that. Oh man, this is so. That has a factor in it too.
You know what? That might be my brother's issue because he used to have to wear glasses. That could be the reason why he's still getting sick.
Yeah.
That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I bet if you went and got glasses, do it up. It's worth it. It's worth it because once you put glasses on, it's like, oh,
a whole different view. And you know, I still have the glasses adapter for
I do
the
too.
headset. I don't even you know I gotta.
It's not that big of
it.
one, but
Right.
What's up,
right.
Pastel?
Hey there, Pastel. How's it going? So sorry for the late hello. Getting mid combos.
Yeah. So I that's how but like, that's how I got into VR. I didn't get into VR because of VR chat. I think if I knew about VR chat that was desktop mode, I would have got into it way earlier. I would have bought a Quest 1 hooked up. I would have went that route, to be honest.
Yeah. Also, for those who are viewing this and like everyone in the chat, there is a point system now, so you know you get rewards and all emotes.
Points.
So check that out. So I think how it works is like the more I guess the longer you're in here, I guess you get more points.
The more you watch, yeah.
Every minute is 1 point. Let's put it that way.
Exactly.
Okay. So you got that
a lot
there.
of points at Turbo.
Also, if you have questions for our guest here or even for me and our co-host Turbo, feel free to drop that in the chat. That'll be
my chat. If you guys want to ask questions too, I don't mind.
Yeah,
I'll ask them.
And you'll see your chat in the overlay as well. So this is also being recording. So anyone who's watching this in the future or on YouTube, they'll be able to see your comments. Now, I feel like Meme Lord hasn't been able to talk a whole lot. So
sorry, my audio's yeah.
Hey, no worries. So what brought you into VR chat? I mean, as far as is it messing up right now?
Yeah, I can see it in his face. That's why he's checking stuff right now.
I think it's fine right.
Oh, go ahead.
So I was asking like what brought you into VR chat? Like kind of like the question that we were bringing up with each other. Like was it the VR aspect of it or like
the memes?
Oh, the memes. Oh yeah, what was it? The memes?
Unfortunately, no.
Okay.
It's just a way to go. Like back then, before I met, I didn't really have nothing to do. I just sitting down in bed. I just.
Your audio is messing up.
Yeah.
Speak up a little bit. That's all. You just gotta speak up.
It's just probably the sensitivity or something like that.
Yeah,
maybe.
As I said, I just wanted people. I'm not really.
So like for the people.
To just meet people and stuff like that, and get better at it.
I think I know why but I had this thing where I don't like to go outside, and I know the reason why.
Why?
I watched SpongeBob, and they had one of these episodes where they actually put a close up of an actual bug.
Oh, really?
Oh, I
remember that.
Oh, I remember you said you have like a phobia of bugs.
I do. Ever since I'm like, I don't want to go outside. I don't want to even do that.
But you gotta. I mean, not for nothing. One of the best ways to get over a fear is like facing the fear head on, man. Like, I used to have certain fears, and I will say this: it's not like, hey, man, just get up there, do it. I mean, it takes a while, but you got to work your way to it.
Yeah,
like baby steps. It's a bug. You think about it. You're letting a little thing this big that can't hurt you in any way.
No Turbo.
Control your life.
I remember one time I was outside at nighttime and I didn't realize I was stepping in an ant pile.
That's okay. That happens. I've eaten ants before, bro.
Ants are delicious, actually, with salt and pepper.
Yeah. You are in control, not the bug.
I'll give you an example of anything. One back then when I was younger, just not I don't want to get too off topic, but back then when I was younger, I used to have a really big phobia of clowns. I had a huge phobia of clowns. I used to have dreams and nightmares of them every night until I got to
I
the
didn't know
point
this.
where until I got to the point where I forced myself in my dreams to fight the clown.
To fight the
So I used to
clowns.
try my best to fight the clown every single time. Every time I dream about the clown, I ran at the clown. I just chased him. I just kept running at the. I'm dead serious. Like literally, it was a really bad phobia I had, and in my dreams, I just kept running and running into this clown until I just wasn't
Yeah.
scared of the clown no more.
Hold on.
And that's how it is. And it was a Ronald McDonald clown. If you want to know the exact clown, it was a Ronald McDonald one. I'm dead serious. No, it was a legit personal phobia of mine that I had to deal with, and I pushed really hard to make sure I'm not scared of that no more.
Yeah.
Um,
So, but you
it
know,
was the
it's
same
funny.
with. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say a funny thing, like your fear of clowns. Pastel in the chat said that they were getting over their fear of balloons.
Mhm.
So, so yeah, like there's a lot of fears, like with Pastel and balloons. Which the one way to face that fear is pop them balloons. Just pop
Yeah.
I used to be the
Face
say way
your
though. I was
fear.
terrified of balloons too.
them. Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I hate the popping sound of the balloon.
My
Over it.
I had a fear when I was a lot younger, not of balloons, but the fear of losing the balloon because my first time ever having a balloon, it popped. No, it popped. It popped, and I was like,
Oh.
no.
Just put it back together. I seen it in SpongeBob.
Yep.
Tape it.
tape
a balloon
tape
back
a balloon. Yeah, put
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
helium in that sucker.
Okay.
That's how
Yeah.
it works.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but let's continue.
Yeah, that's sorry for getting
So
off
what is
topic.
What is your guys' thoughts of like the pricing of VR nowadays compared to how it was back then?
Who wants to go first?
It's not too expensive like with the Index and HD Vive. With the Quest, it's acceptable, but still a little bit expensive for some people. The HTC Vive, you're set with the HTC Vive and Index, but the Quest is a much more better option. But you have a little more problems with Quest.
Because it's new.
Right.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
only been out for a few months.
Yeah.
For
What? Go ahead.
what do you think?
No, go ahead.
You actually bought a Quest. Like what?
Yeah.
What
So in my opinion, the way so obviously sooner or later in the future, because I do want full body, I do want to experience different things like that. I'm going to get an Index or whatever is going to be new during that time. But for what the Quest is and for what the price the Quest is, it's really not too bad. It works fine. Like I said, I stream with it, solid FPS. I go to even VR, especially. Well, I also have a good PC to stream with it as well. By itself, it's a little iffy, but as long as really if you have a good PC, a Quest 2 is pretty good investment to get into, if anything. Because like I said, it's runs smooth. Like I said, I've been playing. Today. I've been playing. How long I've been playing on this damn thing today? Like, and
3 hours or so.
yeah, more than that, I'm pretty sure. But like,
Yeah.
legit, and also like it does. The one thing, the issue I do have the Quest 2, it does die very quickly, but it does charge quickly at the same time. So sometimes what I do is I have a port right next to me since all my stuff is wireless. I just connect it to the port and plug my headset in. The one issue I do have with that set that does bother me is that the cord it comes with is like fucking 2 feet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you have to buy another cord with it.
I will say this. So the cord that the Quest 2 uses is called a USB-C, and it's huge in the mobile phone thing. So when you Google, if you want to buy a new cord, don't Google Quest 2 cord because you'll overpay way too
80
much.
Oh yeah,
$80.
Just
definitely.
look up USB-C, 5-foot, 10-foot cable, and it will be great. And it'll be the same thing. USB-C is, for the most part, all a good standard. It's a new cord. You can use any USB-C. To be honest, if you just need a cord just to charge it because you don't want to use your big cord, my dollar store has USB-C cables. I buy like 3 of them. They go bad, I don't care.
Yeah.
They're $1. Buy them. They're at the dollar
Right.
store, guys.
And
They're
even the one
USB-C.
I have,
That's
yeah.
all
And
it is.
the funny
Yeah.
thing too about getting a non, because right now, if you think about it, like with all the cables going around, there are good quality ones. Like one thing, Oculus actually recommended Anchor, but I personally wouldn't because of how it's a pretty thick cable and it is very.
said.
Goodness, here we go.
Jesus.
God.
But
Here we go
so,
again.
but the thing is too, right now, like the current cable I'm using is actually an Amazon Basics cable, and
Okay.
that thing I think was around 15, like under $20, I think. And
I
so,
will vouch for the Amazon Basic cable though. That's actually like a good cable. That's
Right,
probably
really
the
good.
best good quality cable. You know.
Yeah, especially for being on a good budget for the majority of consumers out there. Amazon Basics, like if you're looking for a link cable, Amazon Basics, USB C to USB 3.0, best
Yeah.
cable you can get.
I would personally do this. I would use the USB the USB Amazon cable, like if you want to play corded, you know. But for charging, I would use like a dollar store cable. Use those crap or the one that it comes with. I think that the one that comes is like what 2 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
But
not
to
very
be
long.
honest, the one I have right now is a 6 feet cord, a thick cord, and also has a little like a flat piece, so it's not just pointed out. It's like on an angle for the
Oh,
head to
nice,
itself.
nice.
And like I said, it plugs right into the wall. It's a thick cord, and I paid like $15 for it, and it works perfectly fine. And I can play it and it will charge while I play.
And so that's one
So-
thing that I
Nice.
do need to get is one where the cable
I'll
actually
send you the one I got.
angles, because the
anything.
one I have,
Yeah.
the Amazon Basics, it does just like point straight out, and then
Yeah,
the
mine's
cable
supposed on the
dangles
side.
down.
Gotcha. So yours is like an L.
Yeah, mine's it
Like
goes
push in,
behind my
push
ear
down.
and everything, so it's
That's
nice. You
cool.
don't have to worry
That's
about
cool.
it. I'll send you the one
I,
I have. It's really good, actually.
Yeah, I recommend the Amazon Basic cable, you know, because I like that. Try to get the L piece. But at the same time, you also you don't have to use a cord all the time. You can use a phone recharge, like you know, the battery cells. A 10,000 mAh is what you want. That's usually like the basic. It'll give you a few hours of use. So use like look up 10,000 mAh, you know, backup battery or phone. Like I said, don't look up Quest 2 backup battery because you'll pay like hundreds of dollars.
New strap and everything.
You know,
God,
yeah,
$300 for that shit.
use it and come up with a way to do it. I'm coming up with a video, and this is kind of like a little secret that I use for my trackers. All right, for the full body tracking, it lasts maybe 3 hours at the max, and that sucks, you know. So I actually experimented. I bought these backup phone chargers, you know what I mean. I got on Amazon. They were on clearance for $3. They're 20,000 mAh. Now it takes like 3 hours to charge them, but now I get like 20 plus hours out of my trackers. So you could use that one on a Quest.
Yeah.
You can use it on anything. It doesn't matter what plug it uses. You could always adapt the plug. It just comes down to the battery capacity. So
Right.
I do want to try that with you guys. Hopefully you guys can get that thing. I want to see how many extra hours you get. Like I said, mine was $3.
Yeah.
You know?
Well,
I have an idea where I'm getting a belt where I can strap the battery
Ooh,
packs in it and switch them
nice.
over if anything and stuff like that, and have it on my back and shit like that. But that's
Yep.
something in the future that I've been thinking about because
No, that's a way. Look, the USB thing it's like the size of a phone, right?
Mhm.
So that's the battery pack. Then you can use whatever cord you want. You could put that on your waist, run the cord on your back, connect it to your Quest. So now you're not plugged into the wall. You're plugged into this battery, but it's on your waist. That's a good idea. Or have a way where you can mount the battery to your headset.
It could be a
like on the
counterweight
back,
too.
so it's the weight, and then boom, and you have that going there.
That's a good idea.
I don't have a Quest 2, but I have been looking. I saw a 3D printed piece somebody was selling with a battery pack for like $40. Like that's not bad.
That's not
And it
bad
goes
at
to the
all.
back of your Quest 2, and it's right there, and it has like a little LCD display. It tells you how much battery you have left. It's pretty cool. So
Nice.
get creative with it, guys. Play with it. Like I said, do not look up Quest 2 cord. Look up USB-C. That's what the cord is called.
Also, before we continue on, like,
Yeah.
sorry for the late hello there, Joker Patrick 25. How's it going? Hope your Monday is going well.
Kate's
Also,
here
Kai
too.
Kai the
Kate-
Kai the meme
Kate the
or
Mexican.
K, or is it Kai? Kai the
I
meme.
call her Kate. It's Kai, but I say
Kai.
Kate.
K-
What's
I
up,
have a
Kate?
Kai
Yeah,
tall.
Kai the
Yeah.
Mexican. How's it going? Vibe check. Nice.
That's
Thanks
the boy.
for you two
That's the boy.
popping into the stream. Appreciate it. Also, there's points now in the chat. So, or like as long for I think what is it, a point per minute that you watch my stream.
A minute per point.
Yeah, so you gain points from that, and there's also emotes and stuff like that too. So stick around and appreciate the support. So
Hell yeah.
all right, so what were you gonna say? I feel like you're
But yeah, Yeah, what were you saying, Meme?
I have a question for you. Out of all this time, you ever said you have a favorite map in VR? Not for mine. Not for art.
Oh, your mic is going
Have
out.
what? I'm sorry, Meme. You're cutting in and out.
Do you not have a favorite map?
A favorite map in VR chat? Is that what you're saying?
You know, hey, Meme, why
Right.
don't you try using the mic in game? Like I said, I don't use it because I'm not sure how the proximity is, because since the game does use proximity effect or whatever inside. So try it out with the Quest mic.
If it works, I mean, if it's better.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's pretty much he was asking, like, what it's like. Don't you have like a favorite map that you go to
Hello?
or something like that
Alright.
you look at or something like that in VR
Let
chat?
me,
Yep,
let me boost your volume real quick. Go ahead.
Hey, there he is.
there he
Hear me?
is.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Way better,
Still-
too.
Yeah, it's a lot better.
Okay. Yeah, this is much better actually.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey! Hello!
Hey!
I like the Great Pug Bar the place. I do like the Great Pug.
I mean, ask your question.
I was saying, do you or do you not have a favorite map in VR chat? Because mine is Rumham.
Romham!
Romham?
I to be honest, I don't have a favorite map because I have several maps that I love,
Yeah.
and I guess it just depends on the day, you know. So that's why sometimes I want to go somewhere that's like a star field or something and just chill. Sometimes I
love
like to
that.
just go somewhere
Yes.
that's like a day, it's kind of a daytime. You just look at the sunset, and then
Yeah,
sometimes, honestly,
love-
like especially lately, I've been liking city maps because
Mhm.
I haven't been going out to the city. I haven't been doing stuff like that as much as I used to,
Yeah, city maps
so
are
it's
nice.
kind of like because of COVID and stuff. Yeah, 'cause, I actually been liking city maps like this. I kind of dig, being here and stuff. So,
You know,
but yeah, no, I don't really have. I have a lot of maps that I really like. I have a lot of maps I like.
maybe I should make a
couldn't
night
pinpoint.
version of this too.
That'd be
That'd
nice.
be sick.
That'd be hot.
Yeah, Miami Nights.
Oh,
Welcome
yeah.
to Miami.
Actually, one more question. It's
Yeah.
about Rumham. Did you if I introduced Rumham before they destroyed it? Would you would have kept using it for initiations? Because that was
Yes.
actually
Yep.
fun.
Yep. If
Yeah.
it wasn't destroyed, which kind of sucks that they
Cool,
destroyed it.
temperature.
If they didn't destroy it, I would still,
too.
until this day, use it as initiation.
Sorry, what
Um,
map was destroyed?
The Rumham world, it's not destroyed, but they made it like inside the map. It got destroyed by something.
Oh,
Before it was a church
So it
with
broke.
avatars going to church. There was a catacomb. It was really cool. And
Sounds
they
awesome.
actually, now it's like the church is on fire, like it's destroyed.
so
yeah,
they purposely made
No,
it
it's-
destroyed.
I mean,
Fun stuff.
they're doing some kind of story. You know what I mean? I guess
Yeah.
Right.
but we used it for initiations. It was really fun.
We did.
But maybe we'll find like another map like that. So we'll see what happens. We did have an initiation at another church. I
We
forgot
did?
where it
Yeah.
was. We did. We really did. Yeah. Do you remember that? Were you there?
I did, and I got scared, and I'm really bad about that. Actually.
Oh yeah, because in that world is a church, right? And it's really nice. But then if you go down these stairs, like something
Oh,
like
no.
like look at that, and it scares you. Then we got everyone like, all right, everyone head downstairs, and everyone started walking. Everyone got scared. It was hilarious.
Did they do that to me? I don't remember.
I don't think we did it to you. No, we didn't.
No.
I shouldn't have said anything. I should have been
Yeah,
like,
sue it now. Loser.
but
All
yeah.
right.
But yeah, no, I mean, what other stuff you got, Bear?
So there was one article that Connor kind of encouraged me to bring up, which has to do with brain computer. What's it called? It's acronym
things.
BCI. It's a brain computer interface. I don't know if you've heard of that.
I
Yeah,
have.
so the guy that's pretty much leading that is the pretty much CEO of Valve.
Yep.
So
Right.
it's actually 10 times easier. Not 10 times. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. It's easier for our brain to tell a computer to say like go left, go right, or to feel something in like somewhere on your
Yeah.
skin or something. It's actually pretty easy to do using sensors. What it's hard to do, what they're trying to, I mean, this is years away.
Mhm.
But what they can't figure out is making someone like feel cold or hot, stuff like that. They
Hmm.
can't. It's like the way the brain works, some things are simple, but some things are like, it's like, I guess, because there's chemicals and then there's also like electrical infusions. So I've been looking at that, and to be honest, it's pretty close.
No,
Oh, yeah.
they're actually pretty. They're
Yeah,
doing
it's
testing
not as
phases to
far
get
as
that
we
thing.
think it is.
Right. And so
But it's just not like, it's not going to be like, oh my God, yeah, I feel myself bleeding. Like, maybe you'll feel like the sensation, and you'll be able to control. It'd be cool, like where I don't need controllers. I can move my
Right.
arms and stuff.
Yeah.
And
like
that'll
similar
probably
to
be coming up,
SAO,
like real
like
soon.
kind of like that.
Yeah.
And so that's
Yeah.
like kind of the
SAO's
vibes I
anime.
did get from that when they were talking about it, because I looked it up, like the kind of a quick background on
You don't know.
BCI. And basically, it's which they use it in medicine, where they hook up, like you said, a bunch of sensors all around you, and you're pretty much your brain is going to be controlling computer commands and stuff like that, which allow it to do whatever your brain wants it to. And so,
Our brain's one of the best computers.
so looking back at that article, they're pretty much mentioning that they're encouraging other companies to start getting into lab testing for it by 2022, which is actually a year away from now, which is actually kind of cool. Like thinking about, like, I think what Elon Musk is coming up with his own VR type gear, and kind of shooting it out that it's gonna be hopefully made for gamers and stuff like that. And then there's also a few other companies too that are getting into some real deep VR tech, like haptic gloves and stuff like that.
I've seen the haptic gloves recently. Yeah, them things are freaking. It's expensive as hell to get, but they're like a whole freaking glove and everything, and they look comfortable actually to wear and stuff like that too.
So like,
they work
with all the tech advancement. Like, what are your guys' thoughts on this? Like, and you two meme, like, what? Would you, if the price, like, of course we all know that the price is going to be way up there, pretty much the price of a used car, but when it starts going down to the consumer level, would you get into that?
Go ahead, meme. Go first.
I don't know I actually don't know what to say about that.
Okay. Well, if anything, when it comes to me, it's like it's a weird thing, because obviously I watched SEO. I was a big SEO fan when I was younger, and I love all this shit. But it's also kind of scary how quick they're getting into this stuff as well. Like how quick everything, the evolution of all this stuff is, and it's getting closer and closer to the point where we're going to be having that how do I do it with my fingers? A full dive type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's getting there, and I say in like 15 years, I'll probably say we'll have it, maybe even sooner if anything. But
especially
like,
for the
stuff,
consumer
the
side.
way that the how quick they're coming out with different ideas, and how many different companies, for instance, like Facebook with Oculus, how much things it is going to be the future of gaming. Literally, it's going to be a whole thing like sooner or later. And
and then aren't they coming out with an Oculus 3 already, or rumors have?
I've heard about that, but I haven't gotten any information on that though, to be honest.
Also, Nate the Crapper 2 mentioned in the chat that Gabe says we're close to the Matrix, like closer than you think. So I haven't actually
watched the same video I did then.
Like I want to see that movie now.
And Matrix is amazing.
It is. It's still to this day. Actually, like it was playing at my friend's the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this movie's so good."
I actually got a Nokia phone because of the Matrix. Actually, not the original one, but the new kind of rendition of it that Nokia came out a couple of years ago. I actually got it, and I use it as my work phone.
Yeah, I think we're super close. You know what? I don't even want to say we're close. I think what's happening is that tech kind of like it just transforms so quick. And to be honest, we kind of, I'm not trying to get political here, but we've kind of seen the power of a tech company in the last 2 years. Okay, with censorship. I mean, this is big. They're going in front of Facebook. You know what I mean? Like, imagine thinking in your head back in the day, the guy from MySpace is going to go talk to the Senate. No, like, you know what I mean? Now, I mean, we don't have MySpace anymore, but now the Facebook like creator, owner, is going in front of being questioned by the Senate. And, there's really no repercussions. I mean, it's not like this dude was arrested or anything. They're asking him questions we got people that don't really understand technology running government, asking somebody that knows all about technology, hey, how does this happen? We saw that, and now this year, a tech company, I should say, tech companies literally silenced the president of the United States.
Literally.
Like that's big,
Oh, yeah.
who the president was is
Yep.
irrelevant. I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just think about it. In 10 years, in a textbook, it will say tech companies censored the president of the United States. Like that's huge.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's a
showing
big
like
deal
wow,
right
like
there.
you can literally make like the leader of the like like tell him to shut up. That's crazy. And it's scary. And I think that's why they're able, we're seeing it like, wow, tech is advancing so fast.
Yeah,
It's
but
advancing because the amount of capital and the power that they have, it's just like pretty insane. Look, we may think like, hey, brain waves technology is coming, guys. Awesome.
it's
We don't
not.
know. They might have a lab where they have people that are on death row and they're just, hey, free experiments. Go ahead, go into their brain. They're like, why are you doing this?
And
we don't know. We don't know.
Right,
It may be
right.
happening. They
And
have
funny
enough power.
thing-
They have enough money.
Funny thing,
to
talking
do
about
it.
that, about the people being used on experiments, like they've brought that up in one of the SEO episodes, I believe, where someone was actually hooked up to an experimental like kind of VR system to where they were pretty much like a vegetable state, but their mind was being put into the virtual reality to keep them going mentally. So
Yeah, I remember that.
like I
episode.
wouldn't be
It was
surprised
sad.
if they get into that. Like if they actually got into that, I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised.
And that's going to happen, especially for people with disabilities and stuff like that too. That's something
Yeah.
that's going to get to that point if it gets to that stage where it can just connect to the brain and that's it.
It's true. And we don't know the line. This is all like Wild West territory stuff. I
Right,
mean, you guys
right.
have seen Black Mirror?
No, I haven't.
You guys ever seen
People
Black
told me
Mirror?
to watch
It's
all the
on-
time, but I'm too nervous to watch Black Mirror.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
Black
too
Mirror
paranoid.
is like it's like different. It's not like
Mhm.
it's different stories, right? It's there's
no,
this
your
chip. Like
audio's
instead of
low.
having a phone, you have this little chip. You would put it on your brain, and it would be attached. And everything you do is recorded. You can see people's like statuses on your eyes. You walk around, everything's recorded. One guy went to
AR.
yeah. It's like it's all in your brain now. Like it's all controlled.
Cool.
And it was pretty crazy because one guy like recorded everything, or he went to a job interview and would go back and like re-see everything. He was kind of like obsessing over it,
Yeah.
Also,
so,
a war
it's coming.
war
What's up,
dog, so war dog of Osea or Saya. Sorry if I butchered your name.
Yep, that's the
They
boy.
mentioned in the chat, was it corporism or corporatism will be a thing very soon. A nation run by corporations instead of a Senate leader and government.
It's already a thing.
Yeah, pretty
It's
much.
already- who
really
pays
is.
politicians to make certain laws? You know what I mean?
They do.
Right.
They pay them.
Corporations, exactly.
Yeah.
It's the politicians at this point just a messenger, and we're just seeing what they want pushed out there. So
Right.
it's kind of scary. And it's kind of big. I'm a big guy that goes for I like technology. I really do. But I do also like I feel like there should always be like information should be readily available to everybody. It shouldn't be like, oh no, you need to pay for this or be a certain person to know about this.
Yep.
Right.
And I think I'm a big guy against censorship. Regardless of who it is, regardless of what they're saying, I do feel like it should be up to someone to decide whether they want to read something, not some higher entity saying, "Oh no, you're not allowed to read this."
Right.
I don't think that's right. And I mean, like I said, that's my take. I'm all about leaving it up to the person, not something above you. So,
right. And I think for the most part too is that I know like in some areas like say for streaming services, like they'll have like the censorship and all that or whatever, but they'll at least give you the option. Well, for most part, give you the option to like, okay, you want to continue on, and just you've been warned that this may be involved in the content, but then some areas they actually restrict it completely, regardless.
Other countries.
Yeah, other countries. Yeah, like China doesn't have YouTube.
Big. Yeah.
China doesn't have YouTube.
Oh wow!
Look, I don't know if you guys ever heard about the Minecraft libraries that China used.
Yes,
Right?
I've heard about that shit.
Thing. Look,
Mhm.
literally, people made libraries in Minecraft where you could read real history, because in China they're saying, hey, that we weren't the reason, there was no war, like we were such a great nation, all the bad things was just kind of like pushed under the rug, and you're telling the generations that nothing bad ever happened, everything was good with China and they were always the good guys.
Yeah,
Look, every
there
nation
weren't
has
dictators before. They were cruel.
exactly, but just that goes to show the power of gaming. Like literally, imagine imagine literally right now, right? We're told stuff in history class, and then you get on the internet finally and you realize like, wait, what? That happened? Like, how come we didn't learn that in school? What's going on?
Yeah.
And
So-
you go on, you start learning all this stuff,
Yeah.
and your country's like, hey, you're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to read about that.
Yeah, it's like it's top
Yeah.
secret information now.
You know?
So funny thing,
Yeah,
War Dog,
yeah.
what's it called? War Dog of Osea said, as like idiocracy, where it's like the United States of Pepsi or something. And then also, a nation should not
United
erase
States of Pepsi.
history.
United
States of Pepsi, boys.
Yeah.
That's good.
You know, and that's a good idea. Like
Yeah.
a nation shouldn't
All right, but-
shouldn't erase history. But okay, let's not get too much into like the politics and all that.
Let's
going
not
back-
get political, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because that's where we're trying not
That's
to
dangerous.
get too much into, especially with our streams and especially the podcast.
Mhm.
But it is something to note going into like the whole technology part and how it advanced, and
Yeah.
it's crazy, you know. I mean, like I said, like the
It's
whole
not stopping
SEO
either.
and Ready Player One kind of ordeal. Like pretty
it's
close.
coming.
We're already. I feel like we're already at the
Yeah,
Ready
15
Player One.
years.
Like we're already here, like full body
Yeah.
tracking, haptic
We're already
suits
there.
installed
Look.
and all that good stuff.
Exactly.
They have the treadmill. Did you hear about the treadmill thing?
I saw the treadmill.
Mhm.
I don't know how I feel about it yet. I feel it's too early for like it looked kind of silly. Guys like on there.
But this the other ones, but like they're making it like for more consumer base, even though it's still expensive, more consumable. Where it's
Yeah.
like more fits in your room,
So
and
that's
like
pretty cool.
and you know what? I remember like a long time, not a long time ago. I think it was like a few years back where Markiplier was at a convention and they're testing out like the whole VR treadmill thing. Like seeing that and then seeing how it is now, how it's more improved, I guess you could say,
polished.
a lot more
Yeah,
polished.
yeah.
It's like it's crazy, like how time flies. Like when you see like one YouTuber or streamer using a certain piece of tech, and then how it improved and now is readily available for the regular consumer. It's crazy. Like I feel like
Yeah.
that's how a lot of tech is, changing nowadays. Like they're trying to get to the consumer level so that it's readily available for everyone instead of it just being a certain
Mhm.
group,
Mhm.
or it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. It's look, I do think though, and I will say this: buy into technology that that you've seen. Like if you get into Vrchat and you've seen people use full body, it's awesome. It makes you want to get into full body. I got to add for VR shoes. It was
Wait,
I was like,
that's
hold
the
on,
thing.
wait a minute.
VR shoes.
And it was the dumbest.
Gotta go-
Okay, it was you sit down on a chair and you move your feet to walk forward. Just get full body tracking. It was like $400. No, just get the full body track. I'm not doing that. Like, do not buy into that stuff, guys. Like, it's ridiculous.
Remember the gun thing we was looking at?
Yeah, there's another one. We actually today,
yeah.
I found this thing. This gun looks awesome. They got it like advertised, like you put this tracker on it and you can hold the gun. But in reality, it's a tracker, and then you got to hold your controller over the gun on top. Like, what the hell is even that? And then hold the
Yeah,
gun like
makes no
this.
sense.
Like, what? So be careful because now they're like, I'm gonna be honest. It's kind of like the Wild West in VR, because gaming is huge now.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
People are seeing the effects, not people, like marketers and corporations are seeing especially, I mean, Facebook literally
Yeah.
saw, hey, VR, no one's really in it. We have the capital. Let's do it. Get in. They're in it. They're not dumb. They wouldn't get into VR if they knew they were going to lose money. You know what I mean? They're in it for a reason. They know that there's something coming on. Gaming in general, like let's talk about look, a year ago, the category for chess on Twitch, I remember, I will never, it was like 400 people watching, for chess,
Yeah.
Now there was like some kind of series on Netflix. People saw like this because it was called The Gambit or something. I don't really watch it, but it was like some
I never
popular
heard of it.
series about some girl that used to play chess. It exploded in popularity. Literally chess, guys, not
Yeah.
like now Star Wars and chess.
Chess.
And then I
Chess-
remember looking on Twitch, and it's like, wait a minute, there is like 100,000 people watching chess right now. Chess, you know what I mean? Like what? You know what I mean? So and now if you look at chess, the chess category is popping. I mean, it's not as all time high, but it's popping. It's got thousands of people watching now.
Oh yeah.
Like the ripples of through gaming and everything is pretty insane. Like I want to say, like, back in the day, they had, like I feel like gaming, right? When Nintendo came out, it was so new. People were like, yeah, pretty soon, games, you're going to be able to go in the game, stuff like that. I think we're there. I mean,
Yeah,
VR,
we're at that point
we're
now.
in there. Yeah, we're there now. Like we're in
Look
the
around
game.
you.
Look at us. We're here. We're
Yeah.
in a podcast.
We're in a podcast
podcast in VR
in a
chat.
game in VR, and we got like prop mics. Well, you know what? It's
Well,
Yeah.
apparently I got put in arcade.
what happened?
All good. I saw that. You're good. You're back in.
Okay.
But yeah, I talking about going back to the topic of what you're saying about the money thing. I think there's no clear answer onto, like, is it too expensive? Is it too expensive, or is it obtainable now? Obviously, I think, as time goes by, it's more acquirable, right? Like more people more makers and creators into the market, so it makes more supply, which makes people like, hey, now I can choose what I can buy, instead of like, oh, I'm only limited to one VR headset that's $2,000.
Oh yeah. And so it's a funny thing that I was
More
discussing with
essentially, more options, makes more competition, makes things better. They're fighting each other.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
No, I was gonna say the funny thing about the whole price ordeal. I was talking with my sister because she was asking me, "Oh, like, can I just get a headset for like $30?" I'm like, "Not a good one.
No.
not anywhere near good.
A plain plastic cell phone holder. Yeah, but
pretty much.
we're seeing the adverse effects of an obtainable headset, right?
Oh, yeah.
So we're seeing the positives that we have our friends are joining. Like, it's awesome. Like the community is a good example. The amount of people that are in VR now is amazing. There's so many people. I think like now the desktop users are minority compared to
Right.
the VR users.
Right.
It used to be the other way around.
100%.
Yeah, it used to be opposite. Like
Thing about
everyone
access-
has swapped. So I mean, that's a good thing. But look at VR chat, right? You go into a public lobby. It's like, and if it's a Quest NPC lobby, it's half the time it's kids now. It's kids that got it for Christmas.
Right.
They shouldn't even be on it.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
just screaming and being crazy. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing too, kind of
dynamic,
getting
the pros
into
and cons.
getting into that. Like, what are your guys' thoughts of kids being able to obtain VR gear and being allowed to go into game platforms like this?
Well,
go-
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
Meme.
for me, I'm
Meme's the youngest one here, by the way.
Yeah.
So this is good to see it from your perspective. Do you freeze? Oh,
Meme.
Meme.
And now I should probably be a little bit more specific as far as like kids. I mean, ones that are under the age of 16, and a lot younger.
Like kids, yeah, I mean, we get it.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
Meme either.
Well, while Meme fixes things, I'll continue. If anything, the way, so it's hard to explain because when it comes to kids, yes, I want them to experience VR, but at the same time, it's just such a dangerous thing for them to get into as well. Like, number one, the younger generation is going to know about VR now, and it's going to increase the generations from a further hand. Oh, now when they get older, they're like, oh, I love VR. They've been doing it forever, and it'll push the prices of, and then make community go better from it. But as just like the internet, it's not always a good place to be for a kid to be in it, because they can learn stuff they really shouldn't be learning at a younger age and can mess them up in the future.
Right.
Obviously, when it comes to just even when it comes to just like even cyberbullying, because cyberbullying is now at a whole nother level since there's VR into it now. You know what I mean? So it's such a dangerous area to even explain, because sometimes I get annoyed when kids fucking come. Excuse my language. It's annoying when kids come and do all this kind of scream in my ear, and I'm like, all right, well, mute them. But at the same time, there's some people out there that are like, well, sometimes it's dissing, and they actually are like good dissing people, and they're just trying to have fun in a game. So it
Right.
just depends. It really comes down to the people playing it, or
Yeah.
the what's it called? Who's coming into it, and
Right.
I don't know.
And so,
It's
like,
hard to explain.
what are your thoughts too? Like, of which I've had experience where something almost happened to one of my friends that were younger than me, and like, how do you feel about people who try to take advantage of younger ones in VR like this? Like, what are your thoughts? Like,
Yeah.
should there be a bit
Yeah.
more moderation, like more moderators out in the service to try to
Oh,
keep control of that?
100% for VR
I-
chat. But
yeah,
go ahead, bro.
Yeah, this has happened. We've had to deal with this.
Mhm.
I personally, I don't think kids under 13 should be in VR chat. I don't think it. Like, if I was a parent, I would let a kid go on. Like, if I was there, I'm in the same room. I'm able to, essentially what you're doing in VR chat, right? What you're doing in VR chat is happening, maybe not physically, but it's happening literally mentally. Going to a world, you're literally going somewhere, meeting strangers, and interacting with strangers. So, am I gonna let, in real life, if I had a kid that's under 13, say, "Hey, man, oh yeah, go ahead, go to this place and meet strangers"? Hell to the no, I am not doing that. Am I gonna let them play Call of Duty? Yeah, probably, because guess what? They're gonna be talking to strangers, but they're still an object. It's very kind of like a limited world,
Right.
VR chat is literally a community, not community, a
Social experiment.
social game. You know what I mean? It's forced socializing. There's no like objective. There's nothing like that. So personally, I think like they have the rule, VR chat. But this is with any social game in general. To me, if you're under 13, shouldn't be on it. It really shouldn't. And if you are, because there is, we've run into it all the time.
Right.
There's little kids or something. We leave,
It was
we leave.
scary.
But yeah, exactly, like that.
Yeah.
Like
Mhm.
I
If
look,
yeah, man.
yeah, exactly. But either way, so someone like that, I don't stay. I'll be cool with them. Like, hey man, what's up? But I'm not gonna be joining in on them. No, it's not a good look. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely not.
It just doesn't seem right. It's a little cringy too.
Yeah.
But I personally think that 13 is like, you know what I mean? Like you're still, even 13's
It's really hard age. Yeah.
yeah, but they're gonna do it, kind of like Kyrou said. Look, if I was 10 years old and somebody tells me, nah, you can't go on VR till 13, but I have the ability to get on, I'm getting on. My parents leave and there's a VR headset on, I'm putting that bitch on. I want to see what this is about. Oh, the streamer, I want to see. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen, and unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. But me as a parent, I would say, look, 13, I'd try my best to get my kid to. I'll let him experience it beforehand, but I would have to like supervise it quite a bit.
Oh yeah.
And I think personally, I don't look. I'm not trying to say it's there's no responsibility on the game end, like moderation wise. But I do feel like it comes down to the parents, like the
That's
parents.
what I was just about to get into.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not.
They have to
the
learn that stuff.
Because
responsibility.
I guess you could
I
kind of compare this. Well, it's not the best comparison, but I mean, at least something to where we can understand for us being a bit of an older generation than the younger ones. Like, just say if you're allowing kids to go into MySpace or Facebook on their
The
own,
internet. The
like,
internet
pretty much-
itself, period.
just internet themselves.
Yeah.
Period. No restrictions at all, and there's no
God,
content
it's
restriction. Like,
insidious.
just letting them free, And
Yeah,
the part two is like there's people on here who, I mean, there's, like I said, we're all cool and everything. We've met so many cool people on here, throughout the year or so, for however long we've been on here. But we've also bumped into the odd ends and people who,
Yeah,
like,
there's-
you just don't
look,
want to
there's-
bump into.
Woo,
kid.
hot
like
end.
I said, it's a world, right? Well,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
not physical,
Right.
but we're
mental.
going to worlds. You're
Yeah.
going to worlds of strangers. You're going to worlds. You know what I mean? You're gonna look in real life. If I go to a bar, I'm gonna meet weird people.
my
I'm gonna
God,
meet
yeah.
people I
Mhm.
don't want to see ever
Yeah.
again. But I'm also gonna meet people I want to see. Like I'm gonna
Right.
be like, yo,
That
like, I
mommy.
want to talk to that person. Yeah, exactly.
So I need to know who
What's
you
up?
is.
Like, So it's the same dynamic here. It's the same thing. It's a social game. There's going to be people you want to see again. There's going to be people you don't want to see again. There's
Right.
people that are doing bad things, and there's people that are doing good things. It's the same thing. And that's the way I look at it. Like, especially when it comes to kids, it's like, look, you need to be a parent. You know what I mean? This is actually kind of Ninja. People know Ninja. Obviously, he's like really popular and everything. But he was in the hot seat because he literally said, "Hey, it's not our responsibility to tell the kid how to act and behave. It's the parents."
Right.
And some streamers like, how do you say that? It is our responsibility. This and that. I think it's a balance. It's not, hey, it's only on the parents. That's it. No.
The kids, they be trying.
Because if something happens in VR, whether it's in VR or in a game, in Apex, you know what I mean? And some dudes, I've done it. I've got matched up with the little kid. Like, I don't know how old he is. I know he's not an adult. And I'm like, hey, man, what's up, little man? Like, how you been? I hope you're doing good. And I'm trying to be nice to them because guess what? That little kid is going to grow up.
Yeah.
And he's going to be into gaming. You know what I mean? How you treat him and how the experience that he gets is what he's going to bring to the future.
Right.
So, I mean, if I had it where I had a kid and then the other person was a total douchebag and it's like, oh, here we go, a squeaker. I'm like, bro, who cares?
Exactly,
man. Like,
if you really don't like them, block them, move whatever you want to do. You're not going to talk to the kid.
I've also encountered bad kids. I get in, they're like, just screaming, and they're like, "Oh my god, what is that?" I'm like, "Oh,
screaming the N word and just going in." Like,
kids sometimes will be cussing here and there, like and dropping f-bombs in every sentence. It's like
exactly, I'm like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
But guess what? There's a mute button.
Oh yeah,
there's a mute button,
a block button.
There you go. It's not my responsibility to tell, "Hey, man, how old are you? You shouldn't be doing that. How dare I will say something, but it's not. I'm not their parent.
Right. It's not a responsibility, but at the same time, too, we also have to be responsible for ourselves and make sure that we do what we can to treat them respectfully, but not allowing ourselves to get intertwined with them.
Balance.
Right.
Exactly. It's a balance, Right. What's up, Meme?
Go ahead, Meme.
On my perspective, what you're saying, I feel like from most kids, I usually get paired up with kids a lot. They're trying to act cool. That's where you're cussing a lot, like being like, hey, like all that. You're just trying to act cool, so you be like, oh, friends. You're not really
exactly.
You're putting on a mask of who you want them to think. You're not acting right. They just want you to think, oh, I'm cool. I'm better than you. Most like that.
That's true. And that's another thing too. Is it's exactly what he's saying. A lot of the kids, they're just acting like the people that they look up to act as well.
Right.
Some of them may act respectfully because the people they look up to are people that are respectful or are tactical, maybe teammates. That's why when I play with someone and I know it's a kid, I'm gonna be like, yo, let's do it. I'm gonna treat him like a teammate. I'm gonna treat him respectfully. You know what I mean? Because you want to give him a positive experience. You know what I mean? If you treat him like crap, he's going to start learning that and start acting like crap. Then he gets bigger and then he turns into one of those like adults that are like total negative Nancy's and sucks ass to play with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so
then they're going to start coming at kids because they think they can do it now. And
exactly. Like,
it's a bad cycles. Like, you want to, like I said, there's obviously boundaries that has to be put down, but at the same time, they are the future. You know what I mean? No matter what kind of kids they are.
They are the future. They really are.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And 10 years goes by quick.
Yes, it definitely does.
10 years before we know it, 10 years done, and you're like, whoa, what? And those kids that were 10 will be 20, and they'll be playing the games that you want to play, so.
And they might be watching you too if you
you never know.
You never know. They may be watching this years from now and looking like, hey, these kids on here.
This is to the future, right? When we're all popping,
the future,
millions of dollars into the future.
But it's funny thing is how kids will probably call us like boomers or because or whatever. Then they end up becoming the boomers. Oh. Because it's funny because like every generation is different, especially going into the whole VR experience. Like I think prior, I don't even know what was the first VR headset ever made, but thinking of that and then going up to the Quest 2 and then now moving on to, if it is true, a Quest 3 and then now this new neurotech VR stuff, haptic gloves and everything. Next generation coming through in 10 years will probably be something else, something more going into the BCI technology, maybe even more advanced than that. And then
they can be starting off with that stuff too.
yeah, like just imagine like
Yeah.
of all ages getting into that, like how Ready Player One, like how everyone and their mom and their grandma was getting into it. You know, that's how I feel
facts.
like.
Or it's gonna be crazy, and it's gonna be crazy when we think like, yeah, back then, like you had to put on gloves, you had to, like wear gloves, like not gloves, you had to hold controllers, like
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
you had this
Oh,
And a
big
joystick on your hand.
things in our head. We had this big blocky thing on our head. Like pretty soon, it's
Yeah.
gonna be like glasses or something. You
Right, similar to like
That's
the
AR.
Microsoft.
AR is a whole nother game too.
know? Yeah, you never
And then
know.
I think didn't
So-
they make something like for Mario Kart where it was like the Mario hat but with the
Yes,
visor?
it's like. Yep, exactly. There's a little
Oh, yeah,
thing
they
with
did.
Mario Kart. They have like a little. You can make your own track and everything in your actual
Yeah.
living room and stuff like that, and you can
Yeah.
play it with like a headset, or you can play it in like on your PC and like have it like run around like
Amazing.
a roller court.
Yeah.
This is pretty actually lit, and they have like the different animation that goes on and stuff like that. I watched a YouTuber named Dash, and he played it a lot.
That's pretty.
So
cool.
War
That's pretty
Dog
cool.
of Osea says, let me see, cinematographer Morton Hiley created Sensorama, the first VR machine
Oh yeah,
patented in 1962. It was a large
The
booth
smell of
that
thing.
could fit up to 4 people at a time. Ooh, nice. So
I remember actually. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was saying like how
So
they
about
kind
that,
about the VR tech, right? Like from history, like 1962 up to now, how VR tech, like just the concept of VR from back then to now is completely different. Like I think
Yeah.
we can safely say
Oh.
in every aspect of technology from that era to now, it's completely different.
we lost one voice.
Rest in peace, meme. F
Going
in chat,
back-
please.
Oh.
F in chat.
F in chat.
Just
Um,
you guys put
going
an F
back
in the
to
chat.
Yeah. Going back to the Smellorama, whatever thing is, they actually at the Museum of Sex Museum,
The what museum?
they have that thing there where you can test it out.
Or the what
And it's
museum?
actually you put your face in it. Yeah, I played it. I had it
No,
at the
wait,
Sex
wait,
Museum at in New York near Koreatown.
Really?
wait, what
Well,
museum
not the Sex
again?
Museum. Yeah, it's the Sex
It's called
Museum. What? Oh, laugh about it, then, nerd.
like on my
I
end,
don't-
like I'm on my end, like you're breaking up a little bit. I'm like, wait, what? Am I hearing this correctly?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah,
No, it is. It's legit called the Sex
I mean,
Museum.
sex museum, not machine. What am I
I
saying?
think, yeah, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, near the Titty Bounce House, they had that thing there. So
By the titty bounce house.
I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I remember it being there because they show like the first porn on the thing. Whatever. But yeah, I had some type of experience with it. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I remember a while back when I was like, I was so young. I couldn't even do it. I was so young. But there was these big headsets that you put on and it was like completely under and the graphics were so terrible. But it was cool. Like you would move and it would move, like the guy would like move too. And it was like these block figures and you would like turn and it would turn in the thing. And I was like, whoa, I can't wait. That was like my first experience. It was actually at the Liberty Science Center. It was my first
Nice.
experience with that. It was actually really awesome. But yeah, I mean, it's gonna look, it's a new market. There's no like, you gotta think about it. There's no laws saying, hey, you can't hook up a brain to a computer.
No, because they didn't think of that.
They're
It's
pretty much
good.
already doing that right now. So
Yeah,
or they're
like,
experimenting
and
with
there's
it.
no, for the laws to catch up to that, it's gonna take so long. And so it's literally Wild West. They can do whatever the hell they want. It's gonna be awesome. Obviously there's pros and cons, like I said, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm excited. I think
I
VR is
agree.
big. I think it's good that we got in it now because it's kind of like one of those things that if you get in early, it's gonna get big, and then like at that point, it's already too big. And if you didn't get in early enough, you just kind of
much.
like fade into the background, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's pretty cool. Like, you know, it's
I follow the
yeah,
wave of it.
yeah.
Also,
I don't think it's one of those things. I think the whole, remember when people were like, yeah, VR always comes back, then it dies down. I think
It's
it's
staying now.
not
Yeah.
that point anymore. I think it's now, it's like, oh, VR's out, like, and
VR
now
is
it's
still
staying.
out.
Like,
yeah.
Oh,
maybe it's
everyone wants to
stable, but I think-
index. Oh, everybody's gonna get this. Oh, okay.
Yep.
It's just a constant
Yeah.
blow up.
Also, before we
You
continue
see it
on,
in, like a lot of marketing.
Meme Lord said that he's here in spirit with us. So thank you, Meme Lord. We appreciate y'all sticking around with us.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it happens literally all the time.
It does.
One person gets lost.
Here.
Also, also War Dog of Seiya said can confirm they don't even have vape cigarettes in the system yet.
Oh yeah, that's the face thingy. You talking about the face thingy? So they have a new thing where you can smell senses and stuff like that. And you can connect it to a headset.
That's pretty cool.
But it's being banned, completely banned right now because it's like a vape thing, almost like it has like I guess they're using vapor smells and it's considering a vape, so they banned it in the U.S.
Damn.
Like,
So
okay,
they're trying to figure out another.
Maybe that's probably. They should probably restrict that for those of age. I think
because of juices or whatever.
Yeah, you don't want those juices getting to kids at an early age. You know?
But at the same time, you don't want to smell dead bodies on the ground when you're playing World War II games. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I'm being honest. That's the most pleasant smell.
Wait, wasn't there something like way back when? I think several years back. Like it was supposed to be considered 4D, where you can sense the smells in the film that you're watching.
They used to have to do that in movie theaters and stuff like that. They used to have something like that. I'm pretty sure.
4D.
I think so.
But like that would be terrible though. If I don't even think that pulled through because I've never.
It's gonna happen though.
I feel like VR is like upgrading so much, where it's like every part of your body is gonna be like now. I think you're starting. I think you're starting to make like where you can actually eat VR. Actually,
eat VR.
You say sitting down. God, this guy's so nervous. He keeps sitting up, man.
I don't know what's going on. There we go.
We need to fix this man's.
But yeah, I mean, I think it's the impacts that are coming are going to be pretty big because kind of like we were saying, disabled people. I mean, look, if I was disabled and someone said, hey, you can control a PC, but we're going to have to, you're going to have to sign some forms that, this could fail.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just be like, yo, let's do it.
I would be the same person.
I would,
that shit. Even with me not being disabled, like I would fuck it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You never know.
That's interesting though. Kind of going back into like if you're at the state where you're going to be bedridden, and they offered you the opportunity to be stuck in a virtual reality, well, for the remainder of your lifespan that you have left. Would you accept it, or
why wouldn't you say no?
But then too,
maybe I'd have to think about it. So if you see, all right, if you look, go watch. I should be like
Black Mirror.
I'm not paid by Black Mirror.
Yeah,
I promise.
that's what I thought.
Go watch Black Mirror.
Black Mirror.
There's a lot of things where they upload a consciousness into something because a person either died or they're about to die, and it doesn't end well.
Yeah,
ever.
I don't want to watch that, to be honest.
Terrible.
War Dog of
the song. I want to die a king. I don't want to live forever. I just want to die a king. That's a quote from a song I used to listen to.
I tell I remember people were like, oh, there's people that are like, oh, let me freeze my body. Oh, maybe we can bring me back to life down the road.
No,
I'm one of those people that I'm like, look, just get rid of me. Yeah.
Not
because
then again, when my time comes. Don't hold on to me. Don't keep me here. Because you never know. What if when you die, right? What if if they don't
take off the headset?
Right? The headset's off. Hey man,
shit.
Oh man.
All right, get ready. You're live. Wait, what?
What?
Damn it! It felt so real.
Fuck, not again. Take off, then you die again. Another headset comes off.
And then it turns into an Inception now. You think
humanity's already passed. We just don't know yet.
That'd be insane.
But there was actually shows about that. I mean, there's probably been many shows about that where they freeze someone up and then they when they pretty much, I guess, defrost, if you want to say, they end up coming out in a different time. Yeah, they're perfectly normal.
I mean, you can do that with fish. With fish, you can freeze a fish. Fish you can freeze.
Wait,
and you
frogs too.
With what?
Frogs.
Frogs
do the same exact thing.
And then you unfreeze them, and they're back, and there's nothing. It was just another day for them. It's pretty awesome. And it's also kind of scary,
Right.
Hey, what if it does happen, But
people have to get frozen.
I don't know. The way we'll see what happens.
We don't know.
It is crazy, with all this advancement and all. But it's interesting too at the same time to think about.
It is. Yeah, it is. And I'm excited too because it's during COVID, I think even though COVID does suck, I think it helped VR become mainstream.
Definitely.
Yeah,
I
mean, even I probably might not have gotten it if it wasn't COVID, because I was like,
Same
I
thing
need,
here.
let me do
I need
something.
something.
Yeah, and so
Yeah, and I believe we did
personally-
talk about this in our previous podcast, like what we would have been doing if it wasn't for COVID. Now, and I'll ask you two, Kyrou, and then if Meme's able to speak through his mic on Discord, I'm not sure, but starting with
I'm still here.
so I'll start with Kyrou first. What would you be doing if COVID never happened?
Oh, I probably wouldn't be. Damn, it's hard because to be honest, when COVID all started, I started streaming actually.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I wouldn't stream. I want to be on Vrchat. I wouldn't be doing all this. So I probably just would have been working, trying to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. So, that's pretty much what would have been doing. It kind of this whole, to be honest, Corona has showed me because of coronavirus, it showed me what I want to do in my life and what I want to go through in my future. And whether I want it to work out, obviously, but I can't. It's difficult in this type of field anyway. But like it just because of all that, it got me into everything. I wouldn't have been doing any of this really. I'll probably just be working all this time, making money, trying to buy houses, and making my life normal, I guess. And going to bars, getting drunk. Literally. That's
Yeah.
really what I would have been doing. Because of it, it kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. Because also, even just mentally, it taught me a lot of things that I had issue with mentally, and I'm slowly fixing them throughout all of this. So I'm actually becoming a better person because of COVID, to be honest. Really.
That's good to hear. At least you're
So-
getting good stuff out of a terrible event that's happening.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah,
And
very good stuff, to be honest.
And it's good. It's always good to keep positive when stuff like this happens, too.
it is.
Only thing you can do,
Right.
really.
So how about you,
know-
Meme? Before we continue on, how about you? Like, what would you be doing if it wasn't for
shut
COVID?
For
Don't look at my
me,
back.
nothing really would change because it's going to be because COVID didn't start. I wouldn't be actually been here. It would have been a 50 chance I will meet you because I didn't go on. I did go on Vrchat to meet new people, but if I didn't, I would just been go nothing else. Lay in my bed, just play Apex. That's all. Talk to friends.
That's like a turbo.
You know what? You might have
For
bumped
me,
into
I was-
Turbo eventually.
Right?
No, because I only bumped into Turbo because I got in the Vrchat, but it would have been a 50-50 chance because I didn't go on the Vrchat. I went on Vrchat because I was interested in it and meeting people. And I wouldn't. If I did, I would eventually met up with Turbo. But if I stopped at the point, I would have met Turbo and went to community.
Yeah. Makes sense.
That's nice.
Interesting. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
COVID has brought a lot of things. Obviously a lot of crazy negative things, but it also brought some positives. So you got to take the positive with the negatives and
Oh, yeah,
roll with
definitely.
it. So it's pretty cool what's happened. So, but yeah, man, VR, it's staying, ladies and
Oh
gentlemen.
yeah.
Look at me. You see how sexy I am in here? Imagine me in real life.
Oh yeah. Imagine that.
Join it if you can.
Oh, there you go. This is goes in.
Wobbling.
Wobbly.
Oh man.
But yeah, so this has been a fun podcast that we got going on here.
It has.
It has been.
And the next part too is that we didn't have any crashes, so that's a good thing. My Wi-Fi didn't go out. Kyrou's here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Meme
everything
got
was
to join
smooth
in.
this time.
Because I'm
Pretty
here.
Yeah, because you're here.
I died.
It's sad that Blue couldn't join us tonight. I hope that she's doing all right.
Right.
If you're watching this, Blue, I hope you're doing all right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Couldn't
Blue.
make it. Don't worry about it.
It is what it is. We all have stuff.
I'll send you the bill later. For late fee
Yeah.
and a no-show fee, but so, yeah, just don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
But yeah, so I hope y'all enjoyed this podcast. A little bit past an hour and 30 minutes. I think that's probably how we'll stick around. Stick the podcast to, closing in almost at the 2-hour mark. But because it's still figuring out this whole thing. It's probably because everyone's using the Wi-Fi, it's probably why the last one did crash. but
Good.
but I'm glad that this one
Sorry.
actually turned out smoothly.
No, why?
Wait,
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Good to you.
no, don't worry about it. All right.
What?
Fine.
so we'll end it here. I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. Thanks for all the support. For those who maybe couldn't finish watching it, this will be available on my channel here for when once the podcast is over, and this will also be on my YouTube channel at Beargunson YT. So you can check that out too. I have it linked in the About tab along with the Discord servers for both my server and the Streamcation server. So y'all welcome to join in. As far as anything else, for tomorrow, I will be streaming Genshin Impact at the same time that the stream started. So it's 6 p.m. PST, 8 p.m. CST, and then 9 p.m. EST.
person. What a loser.
Wow. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no, he's gone. He's nasty. Lost it, bro.
All right, guys.
All right, let me get on this side.
Yeah, without further ado,
Peace out, guys.
hope y'all enjoyed the stream. Also, let me kick off with some ending music. Gotta end it off with some music.
Sorry, I'm going God mode. I started flying.
So, without further ado, guys, I hope y'all enjoyed the stream. And we'll be having more podcasts, once a week, along with Genshin
Later,
Impact, Identity V. The schedule will be put up soon, but in the meantime, guys, have a good night.
Yeah.
And like always, until the next time.
Until next time.
Let's go.
Bye, guys.
Goodbye.
All right, it's my show now, bitches. Get fucked. Let's go, boys. What's up?